Hello again, my powerful one, or welcome to the community of business energetics, a new paradigm for wealth, success, business, and fulfillment beyond measure. Now, in this video, I want to share with you a few specific examples how masculine energy helped me to build a business empire that I enjoy today and create an impact in the world I'm making today and create a life of the dreams I'm living today. Masculine energy and how we're braiding that masculine energy with feminine energy. This is one of those questions that I being asked very often, how to combine or dance between that masculine and feminine energy. And also I know that my balance between that divine feminine and masculine and ability to dance with one another is absolute key for me to be able to go how I did from 0 to millions and so forth. I received this compliment many times, and I agree that I have the ability to go from very nurturing feminine to powerful masculine just like that throughout the day, multiple times. And this is learned. This is not something that was just given to me. I developed this natural ability to braid and dance between the feminine and masculine, which in my mind is almost like a two strands of DNA. I've learned this over the years. So today I want to give you just a few specific examples so you can be continuing working on this divine masculine and feminine union. Because here's the thing, yes, this is very powerful topic, but no matter what, I cannot give it to you in one video or two video or three videos on YouTube. This is a deep embodiment work, which we do inside of Business Energetics Academy. So just in case I need to make an invitation, please do look up and do explore Business Energetics Academy. You can also book an exploratory call with one of my Business Energetics mentors, because that's inside of Business Energetics Academy. We do this deep embodiment work so you can be living expression of business energetics and living expression of feminine and masculine energy. But here in this video, I will give you, hopefully, plenty of examples that will get your awareness going, that will light you up, and that will give you good ideas. How can I strengthen this braiding of feminine and masculine energy for the good of my business, for the good of my manifestations, for the good of my life, and for the good of my soul? Okay, so let's do that. So the first example of divine masculine, honesty. Honesty in your coaching, honesty with your clients, honesty with yourself. So for instance, for me, how that masculine energy really helped me, because honesty is a masculine, divine masculine quality. It's that light in a signature, love and light. Love is feminine, nurturing energy. I love you no matter what. It's very important for us and for others, of course, to love ourselves no matter what, to hold ourselves in that feminine love space. But light is equally important. That masculine truth. That's that honesty that pierces through illusions that we're holding and gets us out of the hypnotism we've been holding ourselves at, and spurs us to change and makes that change and external growth inevitable. So, few examples how this helped me are: number one, when for 7 years I couldn't lose baby weight, no matter how hard I try. I had a trainer, I was exercising, I was doing intermittent fasting here and there. No, I couldn't lose weight. I lost few kilos, I gained them back. Then I lost few kilos again, I gained more, blah, 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 blah. Until one day, I had a deep realization, or I allowed myself to acknowledge that, my goodness, I really haven't been kind to my body. I haven't been treating my body with love, and I have been tolerating not having the best body of my life, which is against my teachings. So I had to acknowledge, I had to let the truth in, masculine truth, that I was a little bit out of integrity with my body. Yes, sure, I could ignore my body and still grow my business and continue growing my business. But I was out of integrity because on one hand, I was teaching my clients, be in integrity, be in alignment with your soul when you create your offers, when you sell and so forth. And on the other hand, I was tolerating not making the best choices for my body, not treating it with love, not having the temple, the body that I'm really proud of, that I love. I was settling for not the best, and that's not business energetics. So yes, I had to be very honest with myself, and it was bitter pill to swallow. But when I allowed myself to be super honest with myself, when I allowed that masculine light to pierce through, it snapped me out of illusion. That's the moment I made commitment. I am becoming a woman with the best body, best health, best vitality that God has given me. I'm that woman, full stop. And from that day, I started to dramatically change the way I made choices in eating, in exercising. Every day I would have this little fight between my old self and new self. I don't want to exercise. My body loves to exercise, so I choose what I love. Not well. But it came from this honesty when I let the masculine light to come pierce through that illusion that, I'm tolerating, I'm settling, and therefore I'm out of integrity, and it stops here today. Another example of this was when on several occasions I realized that I'm running a certain services and programs that are good for the clients, but are not in 100% alignment with me anymore. So again, I was settling, and I had to acknowledge I'm out of integrity, even though, yes, I'm serving clients well, even though, yes, this is helping my clients, but if I'm not 100 and million% lit up in the way I go about my business, go by my services, go by everything in my business, I can't give my best to my clients. I can't. So yes, being always honest with myself. Am I in integrity with my soul? Am I in complete alignment with my soul? Or am I settling? Am I making excuses? Am I settling for good rather than welcoming great? Yes, that requires masculine honesty. And I've experienced this actually plenty of times along the way. Next masculine structure that deeply supported me along the way is funnels, automated structures, and in fact what I now call a divine architecture of my empire, or any divine empire. What I mean by that is that at the beginning I was rejecting, like many women and men, creators and change makers, I was rejecting funnels and automation because, hey, I wanted to be in my feminine flow. I wanted to create. I wanted to really be there in the moment, in the present with the client. So I did plenty of things live, and I was serving in that initial years of my online business. And when I did something live, and I did deliver a course or masterclass or this or that, it would be kind of buried and gone, and then I would create. And guess what? You know what this creates? Feast and famine cycle. So over time, I noticed that this is not it, because I've got to be all the time on, i.e. my creative energy, creative output, the feminine energy needs to always flow in order for my business to thrive and in order for my business to make an impact. So I started with this mantra, and that is that no matter what I do or don't do, my business continues to grow, thrive, and make an impact. Okay, so this is the mantra I allowed myself to bathe in, and that mantra opened an awareness for me that, hello, in order for this to work, then if you want to make a huge impact, whatever you do or don't do, and receive abundantly no matter what you do or don't do, you've got to start paying attention more to masculine structures and not reject them, because they're healthy. So I started to talk to my funnels. I started to look at the masculine structures, funnels, automations, and so forth as an architecture, as a divine architecture, or if you like, the nervous system through which abundance flows. So over time, of course, it didn't happen in one day, but over time, I've started to uncover this architecture, uncover this nervous system of my business. business. So it wasn't anymore about one-off, but whatever I created could live beyond that time and space. And therefore, I'm able to nowadays receive easily 6 figures in a week, oftentimes, or sometimes even in shorter period of time, without me necessarily doing anything. Why? Because I'm in love with the divine architecture of the business. I'm in love with divine masculine, and I love uncovering that more and more details of that divine architecture through which the receiving, the feminine, can flow, no matter what I do or don't do. All right, next, calendars, boundaries. Yes, planning. Actually planning how I would love to spend my day if I was in this beautiful flow. One of the exercises I give to pretty much all of my Business Energetics Academy clients is design your ideal week. Open your diary and have a look. If you put yourself first, where would you put it? So you are first, you're feminine, you are first. Then maybe your family, put yourself first, and then what else is going there? That's actually structure. Diarizing is structure. So yes, I use diarizing and calendar to support my feminine flow, my fullness. At the same time, boundaries, which is similar, and yes, calendaring helps the boundaries, helps me to be full. So for instance, I know in early years of my online business, I would just give, and overgive, distorted, feminine, and then get tired, exhausted, resentful, and so forth. So then I had to pull back and use the masculine structures to protect my feminine from overgiving. So for instance, I pulled back from my group coaching calls for being sometimes 3 hours long because I needed to answer everyone's question, to giving myself boundary. No, it's 1 hour or 1 hour 15 or 1 hour 30, whatever it might be. And this is the boundary. And I had to work on my mindset that it's okay not to answer everyone's question, that actually doesn't make me any less powerful coach, that actually it's the prostitute archetype within me that wants to give my maximum, and the queen within me doesn't do that. I give my best, not maximum. So yes, I started to create more and more of these masculine structures to protect my feminine from over-giving, so to speak. So more powerful boundaries, more calendaring, more structure. And the next way how the masculine deeply supported me along the way is cash flow tracking. Any tracking, really. I mean, you probably heard this phrase that whatever gets measured improves. Now, I don't call it measuring anymore just because measuring implies how am I doing? Am I there yet? If I set a goal for, 20K a month, I've got to make 10K by the 15th of the month. Otherwise, I'm not going to hit my goal. That's thinking about manifestation and sales revenues and growth linearly, which doesn't sit with me. That's old paradigm. I'm happy to quantum jump. I'm happy to create the extraordinary growth and wild sales revenues beyond logic or linear limitations. So I don't measure, but I do track and I do acknowledge. So for instance, when I track money, it allows me to see the truth. As in, how do I react to money? What is my energetic relationship with money? Is there any tweak? Am I able to acknowledge what I see with full gratitude and expansion, and this is amazing? Or am I contracting? There's a lot of data in there. And just the fact that I'm doing it again and again and again really helps me to be in the most powerful energy of receiving and working with the money in a profoundly effective way. Same with selling, same with anything that you want to improve. Recently, in recent months, I started to, for the very first time in my life, track my macros. Some of you will have heard about this, but what happened for 9 months, I was doing endurance running, which actually I loved because it was one of those big changes in my life when I went from thinking I hate running and I can never get good at running to setting a powerful intention and then hiring coach, and then I got into endurance running. So yes, I was running up to 50, sometimes even more kilometers per week. Then I realized I've got to drop it because it wasn't working with my body very well, as in it created probably lots of cortisol in my body, and I started to actually gain weight, hold water, and so forth. So I stopped running and my nervous system was a little bit disintegrated. I wasn't really sure. Am I eating too much? Am I not eating too little? What am I doing? So for the first time, even though I resisted it, this is the masculine energy, I resisted for the first time. I told myself, you know what? I'm just going to track for a few weeks. I've never done that, but I want to see how much protein I'm taking because I'm not sure if I'm taking enough protein. Probably yes, but I'm not sure how much fiber I'm taking. So I started to track, including the calories, and what I learned from just a few weeks of tracking was unbelievable. I learned that I'm actually overindulging in healthy fats, which I never knew it can happen, in putting a little too much olive oil and avocado in my food. Like, wow, it opened my eyes. At the same time, I realized, oh my goodness, I'm nowhere near taking enough protein. I thought that I probably am taking enough protein, but I'm nowhere near giving my body what it needs. And guess what? I started to track, it opened my eyes, and within a few weeks, my body, because it was suddenly receiving what it needed, so it meant that I was actually allowed myself to eat a little more, but gave it the right nutritions. All that held water and all that held the little fat just dropped off, and my body started to thrive again. So this is another example how tracking, i.e. masculine energy, helped my feminine, helped my thriving. Next, daily routines and rituals. This is again masculine structure that profoundly supports your feminine. For me, for instance, every morning I don't start by scrolling on my phone. I don't start by phone calls with my team or anything like that. I start by being in my energy, in my daily morning routine, because that sets me up for an entire day. That morning routine, and it doesn't matter how long or short it is, that daily routine personally puts me in such a great creative power, in the zone of genius, so that the rest of the day is wonderful, beautiful, productive, abundant, and so forth. So any form of routine or daily practice will support your business, your greatest expansion and manifestations. That's divine masculine. Next example of divine masculine energy that deeply supports me and continues to support me is making fast, clean decisions. And this is a skill that we can develop and strengthen over time. I used to be fence-sitter, or I used to tell myself I want it, but I'm not sure I am ready, or I can't afford it. This is a really messy place to be, this gray area. And I've learned over time to make clean, fast, powerful decisions, no matter what the decision is. It's not now, yes now, let's go. And that is really, really powerful masculine quality that is so essential for every powerful change maker. Now, I have got one video, which I will link somewhere here, that talks about the energy of I want to, but I can't afford it, which is a very, very good example of sitting in this gray area. If you can relate to it, I'll encourage you to watch that video, because that will certainly help you to strengthen this masculine quality of making fast, clean decisions. So for me nowadays, I make decisions so fast. I make decisions pretty much immediately because I already know. This is what I mean, that it's a skill. Over time, as you're making more powerful, more quicker decisions that are aligned with the next version of selves, even if they are uncomfortable, as you trust it, as you lean it, as you make decisions, as you're not thinking about it for days or even hours, your intuitive intelligence enhances, your trust to your intuitive intelligence enhances itself, it strengthens. So this process just becomes more and more and more powerful. You are profoundly strengthening your divine masculine and supporting your divine feminine. So yes, make even one fast, clean decision today and share with me in the comment what is it going to be, okay? And one last example how divine masculine energy really supported me along the way is learning to follow through. Simply put, it doesn't matter whether my ideas, divine ideas, have immediate result or not. I'll follow through no matter what. In the early years of my online business, I would often have beautiful idea, let's say, for a new program, and I would write it, I would create it, and I would launch it. But because it didn't have an interest or customers, buyers in the first few days, I would simply tell myself, oh, maybe it wasn't a good idea. Maybe I was wrong. I'm gonna leave it. I just stopped promoting it. And in this way, nobody will ever build a super successful business. I had to learn that, hey, I've got to have a staying power in my belief. So this is again divine masculine quality. Divine feminine will choose, will nurture, and it's divine masculine that will have always eyes set on that vision. It is so. Walk through sometimes the deep waters of insecurity or go into the darkness of unknown and slay the monster of the unknown and move and move and move until we bring the fruits to the feet of the feminine. That's divine masculine. So we've got to practice this in a business. Whatever desire is coming through, divine idea is coming through, it expands your heart. Beautiful. That's your higher self whispering to your conscious mind, to your heart. Then you commit to it. Your feminine will choose, yes, it's me. I accept it. Let's. Then you nurture it in your heart with your divine feminine, as in you're thinking about it. You in that energy of success, how it looks like when it's finished. Then you invite the masculine to start creating structures around it. What is your part in it to bring it into the full extended impact? And don't look for proof along the way. I know that's easy to do, but you simply move until you do bring it to its full intended impact. Maybe that way, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead will be different to what you initially thought, but it doesn't matter because there is a way. It's that way to fulfill the desire. It's in that initial idea. It's in that energy of desire. So when you have got that really strong guidance and desire to create something for the world or for yourself, for your life, for your loved ones, it's meant to be. So you gotta learn to follow it through, have eyes on the vision, do know that it's not just I want it, I'm meant to have it, I'm meant to be it, I'm meant to do it. That is the nature of the desire. And foster your masculine to bring the fruits of it to the feet of your divine feminine. Okay? So these are just a few examples how fostering divine masculine and how divine masculine energy deeply supported me in building the life of my dreams, business of my dreams, and how I know it can support you. So I would love to hear from you. Which of these you already practice and which of these examples sparked an ideas in you like, aha, I may want to look deeper here. I may want to embody this more deeply. Let me know in the comments. And one more time, if you're ready for a deep, full transformation and embodiment, that's what Business Energetics Academy is for. Please feel happy to explore it along the 4 Business Energetics Academy pathways. Talk to us. We are here for you. Together, we are literally changing the world, and I'm so grateful to you for it. So for now, I'll see you next time.